Center for Applied Nonviolent Action Strategy is educational, non-profit, non-governmental organization. It has been founded officially in 2004 by two guys who participated in previous movement, democratic movement called Otpor, which took credit for opposing Serbian President Slobodan Milosevic. We have three general fields of work as Canvas. One is, of course, working with activists from throughout the world, and we are working on a workshop and knowledge transfer process in what we call strategic nonviolent struggle. Other people call it people power. It's a set of skills and knowledges which enables efficient civic mobilization, building of strategy, and achieving nonviolent discipline. We worked with groups from 46 different countries up to now. Some of these groups are strictly pro-democracy groups, some of these groups are anti-corruption groups, some of these groups are social justice groups. But what really connects the dots is that they would like to learn more about the nonviolent struggle. Second very important field, Canvas is very much into producing tools for activists from throughout the world. And some of these tools, like book Nonviolent Struggle, 50 Crucial Points, has been translated into 6 different languages and downloadable for free from our website. Third field of work is academia, because we really assume that the people power or nonviolent struggle is a force to change the world, and there should be more academic research into it. We are teaching on prominent universities throughout the world. I'm a visiting scholar in Columbia, New York. We are running our own small master course here in Belgrade Faculty of Political Science, and our goal is to build the knowledge on nonviolent struggle on a little bit more scientific level, because we really think that the real politics of the new world should take into consideration that sometimes the small group of committed young people can create a huge political change, and there must be some kind of academic background behind it. So it's working with activists, transferring knowledge on nonviolent struggle, academia work, and producing tools in total. We are very small. We are based in Belgrade, have 5 employees, 12 different trainers coming from different countries, and training groups from throughout the world.
Canvas is somewhat famous in the Arab world. Can you comment on that popularity?
Well, I mean, there is this narrative that it is really enough to meet. I'll try to make it again. It's very flattering for us to be well known, and I think we have several recognitions for what we were working here in Serbia, starting with movie Bringing Down the Dictator, and then through the book. Serbian nonviolent struggle really became a kind of export brand for different groups throughout the world. So some of them were using the symbol of the movement, like Clenched Fist, like the groups in Georgia or in Egypt. Some were using even the slogans, like "He's finished" or "Gotov je" was used also in Zimbabwe, and some using iconography and tactics. And this is how people get to us and start working with us. But to be honest, what we really work with activists is a knowledge transfer. And yes, we are very flattered that some of the groups we work with, like April 6 in Egypt, really achieved a huge amount of civic mobilization or local success. But we must be honest and say that whatever happens in another country is to be credited to the activists of these countries. One of the rules we work with activists very early in the process is to understand that whatever change occurs must be homegrown. So you can't really get this from foreign consultants, because there is no way that the people in Saudi Arabia or in Egypt will follow Serbian advice. They know best what is better for their country. So I really, when you look at these changes, however popularity may flatter us, all the credit for nonviolent social change in some countries in Middle East as well as in other countries don't go to foreign consultants, it goes to the people from these countries. Of course, our work, specifically working with people from Egypt, was partly in the focus of media, because immediately it has been clear that there is a set of skills which can be transferred from one social movement to another social movement. Well, that news has a beard. It is old, some 70 years ago, because people were learning from Gandhian struggle, from Martin Luther King struggle, from Lech Walesa struggle, and then learning from Serbian struggle, I don't know, from Czechoslovakian struggle, from Georgian struggle, from Ukrainian struggle. One of the things which Arab Spring really brought to this field of science is that groups, due to the more extensive use of the social media, are more likely to learn faster from each other. And I mean, let me give you the example. When we were working on nonviolent struggle in Serbia, the only way to learn about it were books. So what you really need to do is to take a very fat book of a foreign scholar or about Gandhi and then read it. And not so many people would do this. When you look at the Facebook now, you can see the dozens of different manuals on how to demonstrate efficiently, how to fraternize with the police, how not to use the violence, how to set up your strategy, how to avoid the tear gas, are available in Arabic all over the place. And now the groups are learning faster from each other, and this is what new media really brings to this field. Popularity flatters, but the real credit goes to brave activists on the field.
Can you tell us something more about this center? When was it established? Who do you receive your support from? And what is your current program?
Center for Applied Nonviolent Action and Strategies, or CANVAS short, was established in Belgrade 2004. That was the time when we got first invitations to work from several groups around the world, namely Zimbabwe. And we were really amazed that in such a distant place like Zimbabwe, somebody is really inspired by Serbian struggle. Later, we were given stranger invitations to work with people from Maldives, understood that there are people in Colombia and Venezuela and Guatemala who are watching movies about Serbia and get inspired about the ways we were dealing things. So it really started as a hobby. It wasn't the real work for neither me or another people involved in it. And then throughout the time we understood that the curriculum should be built around this, and we worked a little bit on structuring these workshops and this knowledge. And we came out with a very clear idea, what is this core set of knowledge from theory to practice? And then throughout the years, because every time you work with a different group, you learn. And there is a new tactics always added by different groups, and the new ways they use humor, and the new ways they're using social mobilization. And I mean, this is ever-learning process. So when you look at the people power nonviolent struggle phenomenon, you can see some principles which are at all times present with the movements, and then you can see the innovations added by every single movement. So Kano started working on defining this more or less strict curriculum for both activist workshops and university that covers the theoretical part, understanding the theory